Supergirl, or Kara-Zor-El, to me has never really been that much of an interesting character. I knew that she existed, and I knew bits and pieces of her origin, like that she was related to Superman, duh, and that she also crash landed on Earth, but that was about it. She was like Superman, but what if girl? In fact, all what I knew about Supergirl came from the 2010 movie Superman Batman Apocalypse, which also happens to be my first introduction to Supergirl. I was about 10, 11-ish when I watched it, so it's been some time and I have not really watched it since. In that movie, she crashes onto Earth near Gotham. She's confused and disoriented. She meets Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, gets taken to Apocalypse. Where's this? For whatever reason. Not that I was complaining when I first watched it. The movie itself was based on the storyline, the Supergirl from Krypton from the Superman Batman comics, and that's all I really knew. My second exposure to Supergirl came from the CW actually. I am a huge fan of the CW's Flash. Grant Gustin, love him, and his portrayal of the Flash. In the Supergirl series, she has a crossover episode with the Flash where they team up to take down some bad guys, the usual, nothing really special. And after that, they also have a few more crossovers with all the other CW/DC shows, Legends of Tomorrow, Green Arrow. And as for the Supergirl TV show itself, I only watched the first couple of episodes, and that's about it. But through that limited watch, I finally got to know Supergirl's full origin story, or at least a version of it. Here, she is the older cousin of Superman, and when Krypton gets destroyed, the infant Kal-El and a teenage Kara was sent to Earth on pods. They were supposed to arrive at the same time, but Supergirl's pod was trapped in a time warp thing and arrives much later than they were supposed to. So when she lands, she is still a teenager, but Superman is in his 30s, and she has to deal with all that. Like that's her origin story. Now, you might be asking, is that it? One animated movie and a couple episodes of a CW show? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But something you gotta know is that I was predominantly a Marvel guy with the original Spider-Man movies, the Fox X-Men movies, and the MCU. My life was mostly Marvel. Outside of few DC stuff like the CW's Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, like I mentioned, the Nolan Batman trilogy, and of course Young Justice, which, sidebar, I think a teenage Supergirl would have been a great addition to that team. Just saying. Also, I was a edgy teenager who thought Superman was boring and I kind of hated him. It is. It's embarrassing. Thankfully, it's not the case anymore because of the Superman movie in 2025. I freaking love that movie. I could make a whole video about it, which I will. If you guys want to see it, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it. I love everything about that movie. And at the end of the movie, we got to see Millie Alcock's Supergirl. It was only for a few moments, but it left a massive impression on everyone who watched it, I'd say, including me. I got really excited when they announced the Supergirl movie for 2026, so in between watching the Superman movie and the Supergirl movie, I got to read a bunch of Supergirl comics. The 2005 Supergirl series, Supergirl New 52, Supergirl Being Super from 2016. Those ones I really enjoyed. And also, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which is the comic book this movie is loosely based on. This one, I actually own a physical copy of it. It's a DC Compact edition, so it was a bit cheaper to get. By the time of this recording, I have read about half of it. So far, really enjoyed it. The story is cool and the artwork is godly. Bilquis Evely, she's the artist. You are a goddess of the arts. I'm saying this now. I mean, look at these panels. I could keep looking at them forever. love the art, love the colors. Man, I really gotta do like an episode for her because, I mean, look at them. Going back to the movie itself, I'll try to keep this section relatively spoiler-free. I watched it in cinemas. It was a good movie. I mean, it's not going to change superhero cinema as we know it, but all in all, it was an enjoyable experience. It wasn't a perfect movie by all means. They did make changes from the original comic, at least from the little I've read of Woman of Tomorrow. Changes like the origin of the sword Ruthie carries, to which I was like, okay, fair enough, that makes sense. And small changes to Supergirl's backstory, which kind of did annoy me a little bit, but it's whatever. But the change they made to Krem, the main bad guy, Krem of the Yellow Hills, I freaking loved it. Before, in the book, he just looked like this normal dude with a bow and arrow, and they changed him, spoiler warning, to this, which I think is a way better design. He looks menacing, he looks badass, and he looks like an absolute threat. Also, Jason Momoa as Lobo, I mean, come on, it's a match made in heaven. Of course, Millie Alcock as Supergirl was great, loved her. She played the drunk, depressed party girl part very well, and when she locked in and put on the suit and started kicking ass, I was all like, yes. I was in the cinema, I was like, I raised my hands and yes. All in all, what I'm trying to say is go watch the movie, you'll have a great time. Highly recommend. And also, by the way, the art time-lapse you have been seeing in the background in this video all this time is a Supergirl movie-inspired artwork I made after watching the movie. I think it came out alright, even though I did struggle with a few details here and there. Finally, before I end this video, let me know your experience with Supergirl, the character, and what do you think of her, or thoughts on the movie if you watched it or not, or your thoughts on my artwork itself, or anything else you want to talk about. Feel free. And with that, I will be ending this video. Go follow me on my other socials if you want. Instagram, TikTok. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. Peace out.